let's talk about A Nightmare on Elm Street, and why 40 years after its release, we're still talking about this bloody, legendary classic from Wes Craven. Today we're going to be specifically talking about this release of the VHS, as well as the movie in general, of course, but this is the copy I watched for this review, and all the clips from the movie you're going to see are from this very tape. If you're like me, you might remember picking out VHS at video stores, wandering through the horror aisles, debating which nightmare you wanted to give yourself that week. The Nightmare on Elm Street series always struck fear into me. When I was a kid, walking through these aisles and seeing these covers, it was terrifying in a magical way. Let's pop the tape in, shall we? New Line Home Video. This is, of course, the 1999 release of this on VHS. Skip this. Yes, this is a sick commercial. I actually have this DVD collection as well. It's boxed up right now, but this is the VHS version of it, so it includes a few extra features which we'll get to. Such a 1999 commercial. Look at this stuff. Now, the feature presentation. And of course it's been formatted to fit this screen, because it's the full screen version. And the classic creepy intro. We love this, don't we? We really love the old New Line Cinema logo, too. And we're introduced to Tina. Tina having a nightmare. This is awesome stuff. It's spooky, it's unsettling right out the bat. That's what we're here for. This is the setup. And the wake-up shot with the cross in the background, it's just a beautiful shot. You know, this is kind of ironic. The other day I woke up with this little scratch on my nose here. No idea how I got it. And hey, look, it's the teenage gang. Ha 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 ha. But fuck Rod. Rod's lame. We don't like Rod. So everyone's at Tina's house because she had a nightmare. I do love this bit with Glenn calling his mom and playing the tape on the background. That's funny to me. And there's like a horrible accident and he's just like pretty chill about it. And later in the night, Glenn is just sitting there listening to them fuck. Brutal. And maybe my favorite kill in this movie, Tina's death. Now, I'm not going to talk about the effects about how they shot this with the rotating room and everything. Chances are you probably know that if you're watching this. If not, go look up the making of this movie because it's awesome. I feel like the question of why do these people go outside when they hear noises is kind of answered in this, because in a dream, it's like you don't have full control over what you're doing, you know? So I think that makes sense. It is a truly gruesome scene, though. God, isn't John Saxon awesome? This is where the movie starts to look like a Season 1 episode of Unsolved Mysteries. Nancy was falling asleep in school. She claimed she saw Tina in a body bag. This movie is just iconic scene after iconic scene over and over.
Where's your pass? Screw your pass.
Hey, Nancy! No running in the hallway.
She has to burn herself to wake up, and what do you know? She has a burn mark when she wakes up. Although really it's just like a little rose-colored makeup. The bath scene. Terrifying. I never wanted to take another bubble bath. Warm milk. That's how you know her mother's fucking insane. And here's where she starts taking pills. Stay awake. Fast acting. Gotta watch some Evil Dead, you know. Then we get to, of course, Nancy seeing Freddy go into Rod's cell and eventually killing him. She's in the other end of the police station. And let's take a little quick break here and talk about something that a lot of people have already talked about, but it's still funny and I'm going to bring it up anyway. This takes place in the Midwest. I'm from the Midwest. There are no palm trees in the Midwest. But here, palm tree here and a palm tree there. Palm trees everywhere. So then she does the sleep study, gets her arm sliced, pulls out his hat, that whole thing. Establishing, this is how, there's some rules to this. She comes home. I don't remember there being bars on these windows. Then her mom takes her down to the basement and explains Freddy's origin. Super interesting. Glenn's watching TV in his bed. Literally, the TV's in bed with him. Nancy has a hidden coffee maker. This is funny to me. We get the phone bit with...
What?
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
I heard actually this next bit, John Hughes helped write. Just kidding, I made that up. It's a Home Alone joke. Because... predates Home Alone. So she goes through with the plan. The Timex watch, she gets woken up. She doesn't think it worked. Nope, it did work. There he is. He's back. I feel like if you put some Hanna-Barbera sound effects in here, this turns into straight slapstick. Let's see. Yep, hilarious, just as I thought. So he runs upstairs on fire and is on top of her mom, and then sinks into like some nightmare dream bed shit, otherworldly and awesome. But her dad's just like, alright, I'm gonna go downstairs. And then obviously Freddy comes back, and she truly defeats him.
I take back every bit of energy I gave you.
And then he dies, or, you know, is rendered powerless. Not really, though, as evident by the last scene here. The iconic scene with the convertible with the striped top that locks the mom getting sucked into the house as the car drives away. This first Nightmare on Elm Street is an absolute banger, start to finish. And speaking of finish, as an extra feature, the original theatrical trailer and an interview with writer-director Wes Craven. Let's check it out.
The kids of Elm Street don't know it yet, but something is coming to get them.
There's something out there, isn't there?
You could just see cuts happening.
What did that, Lieutenant?
I don't know.
What's the coroner got to say? He's in the jar and puking since he saw it.
They're gonna kill me for sure.
Did you do it?
There was somebody else there.
He was locked in a room with a girl who went in alive and came out in a rubber bag.
No one knows where it came from or who it will visit next.
Nancy? There's something wrong with you. You're imagining things.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Do you believe in the boogeyman?
No.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
She's the only one who can stop it. If she fails,
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
no one will survive. From Wes Craven, director of The Hills Have Eyes and Last House on the Left, a new masterpiece in fantasy terror, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Classic original trailer. Love it. And there's some stuff on here about a talk with Wes Craven. I'm sure you can find somebody have already uploaded this full interview to YouTube. But it's essentially his story up to Nightmare on Elm Street and making it. Thanks for watching.
Bye.